Hello, beautiful, amazing beings. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Leo Light, and I just wanted to come on and explain a little bit about my journey because a lot of you are asking. Obviously, I'm nearly 40 years old now, and I've been channeling for nearly 20 years. And some of you have been asking, how have I gone from channeling Galactic Federation, channeling the Council of Love, channeling the Pleiadian High Council, the Arcturian High Council, the Lyrian High Council? How have I gone from channeling all these different beings and councils and, realities to channeling none of them but myself, including guides and stuff like that? So I'm going to go into that. I have gone into this many times before, but not in a short form video. So I really wanted to go into this to explain my journey and how I came full circle back to self, because my journey went from opening in, I think my journey started in round about 2006, 2007. I don't know the exact year, but I started to believe there was something more to life. I had a very traumatic near-death experience, and I ended up essentially being what you would call in the spiritual realms upon death. And I was told it was my time to leave and I had to come back. So I ended up coming back. And then I thought, well, there's more to life, essentially. I wanted to figure out what life truly was. And I went from there, and I really wanted to learn as much as possible about the other side and about life and just get as much information as possible. As I started to awaken to myself, at the time what I thought was myself, but I was actually awakening to parts of versions of self throughout time, guides and versions of self in the Pleiades and versions of self in Lyra, and various versions of self throughout the entire universe and other universes also. So over time, as I expanded more and more and more, I began to channel more and more the universe, and eventually channeling entire collectives, and then getting to the point where I was listening to these councils and guides and everyone so much so that I was guided to places. So at that time, we're going back about 5 years ago, I was astral traveling. So I wouldn't just channel the guides or the councils or the specific beings, like just channel them into me. I would go to them out of body. I would stand in front of them, and then I would channel them through me as I'm talking to them. So I'd be watching them so I'm standing in front of the council, for instance, Council of Love, Council of 9, Council of 12, whatever council it is, Arcturian Council. I'll be in front of them, speaking to them, and they will be channeling a message through me at the same time I'm in front of them. And that's how I used to do things. I used to find that way more solid because I could be there and I could see what they actually meant and their mannerisms and what's going on, rather than just blank channeling. I got to the point where I would listen to everything my guides and everyone would tell me. I had a very good, strong journey with my guides. 15-20 years nearly with my guides, connecting to guides, talking to guides, etc., till they guided me to another country. Now, when they guided me to this other country, I'd never been to this country. I'd never even seen this country. I just kept being shown a location on the map. I ignored it for about a year. It was about a year I ignored this location. I ignored the map. I ignored everything that I was seeing because I was too busy, working on myself and working on my clients and everything at the time, and assisting humanity as much as I could, online and doing videos and stuff, what I thought I was assisting with, essentially. And it got to the point where I was getting this daily, this map and this location on the map. So I looked into it, and it showed me the location on the map. I knew where I needed to go. I need to go to a specific country. I went to my guides, and they're like, yes, finally, you get it. You have to go there. You have to assist this area by integrating. They used to send me on these balmy missions. They would send me to different parts of the planet to drop codes here or integrate here or do this here or do that there. And it, at the time I thought I was assisting, but I didn't realize until this event that I'm just being sent on wild goose chases, and they don't really truly even do anything apart from assist you to believe you're doing something. And when you believe you're doing something, you're kind of wasting your time. And that's the whole idea of it. This might put some of you off, but I was sent to a specific place. I went to the place, and that specific place I was sent to was quite dangerous. And when I ended up going there, I got trapped in that place. So for a year, they're trying to send me to this place. And when I finally went and I spoke to them, and they said, yeah, go to this place. We've been trying to tell you for a year, but you've been ignoring us. Go. I got trapped there. And it was quite severe, and it was very dangerous. And if I hadn't of trusted myself and had cut off everything else, at that point, it got so desperate, I had to bring myself through myself. Now, when we speak of self, I do not mean an Arcturian version of self. I do not mean a Palladian version of self. I do not mean a higher version of self. I do not mean a multi-universal version of self. I mean the pure essence of who you are, love. That who you truly are, all versions of self as one, is inside you. It has always been there. It has never not been there. It is inside you. The kingdom of self is inside you. It always has been. It's not inside another version of you for you. It's inside another version of you for them, because they're in a different now moment, and they're a different separation of self, of you. They're a completely different version. They've got nothing to do with you at all on any level. That's the whole point. They don't have anything to do with you, other than obviously you had that experience. That's the only thing. But everyone is connected to you anyway, so it doesn't really make any sense, because everyone is a fragment of you. So I had to connect really, really deep to the core essence of that which I am. And when I connected to the core essence of that which I am, love guided me through the frequency of love out of there safely. Without connecting to that, I would be dead. The whole thing I began to understand as I got out of there, I began to unravel everything. I was sent there to die. I was guided to this place to die. They wanted to kill me, and I was sent there to die. And you could call that fate, but it wasn't really fate, because I was literally sent there by guides. I was sent there by, what supposedly are higher beings of self, higher versions of self, ones that I trusted for 15 years.